All right, hey guys. So emptying your tanks in an RV, if you're going to do the RV thing, whether it's just camping or living full time, this is one of the most important things that you need to know and be able to do properly. Otherwise, it could cost you a lot in maintenance. So here we go. Emptying the black tanks. I'll switch the video around. So while we're camping, we always leave our gray tanks open. That's these two. So your setup might be a little bit different, but either way, you're going to have a black tank and you're going to have gray tanks. So what we do, it's time to empty. So I shut the gray tanks like so, and then I empty the black. And before I even empty the black, I'm actually checking to make sure that connector is good, make sure it's screwed in and secure. Another thing you need to make sure that you've got a nice slope coming down off of the sewer hose. So make sure it's just a nice slope and let gravity do its thing. All right, so now that I don't have anything else coming out of the sewer hose, I'm going to come over here, and I have a splitter attached to my main faucet, which allows me to run an extra water hose. I hook that up to my flush tank outlet here, or inlet, and I'm going to close the black. Okay, and I'm going to turn on the water to that hose that's running to the flush. Now I'm going to let this water run into the black tank. That's what the flush inlet goes to. It goes to the black tank. And so I'm going to let that run water into the black tank for about 2 minutes with the black tank valve closed. Okay, so now my water is still running into the black tank, and I am going to open the black tank back up. And you'll see that I'll get more fluid and waste coming out. This is going to take care of any of the waste or debris that did not come out when I originally opened up the black tank. It's extremely important that you flush the black tank each time you empty the black tank. So whatever your schedule might be, whether you have to do it every 3 days or 4 days or once a week like we do it, it's just my wife and I, just Christy and I, and we live in this thing full time, and but we're at work most of the time, so we're just not at the camper. We're actually at work more than we're at the camper, so once a week does us just fine. It just depends on the size of your black tank, so you might check out the specs on yours and see what you got. And if you don't flush the black tank, what happens is that debris that doesn't come out when you originally just open it and then close it back, that debris that just sits there, it's going to start building up little by little. So flushing it is definitely a major thing, and I can't stress enough how important it is to close the gray tanks before you ever open that black tank valve up. Right, okay, so I'm not seeing any more debris come out of the sewer line, so it looks like we've pretty much got this thing fixed. Sometimes I might flush it 2 or 3 times, but this time it looks like we're pretty clean. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and shut my water off on the hose that's leading to the flush. I'm going to go ahead and close the black tank. I'm going to disconnect the hose that I was using for the flush, and I disconnect it at the main faucet. Now I can disconnect it at the camper. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually leave my gray tanks closed for at least a day, maybe even 2 days. Let us take a few showers, wash dishes, and let those gray tanks get some water in them, and then we'll come back out here and just open those up, and that'll flush out the lines, cleaning the sewer line even further. We'll leave the gray tanks open until it's time to empty the black again, and at that point we'll shut the grays back. All right, it's that easy. And also, just a little tip, make sure that you're using something in your black tank that you can use to break up the waste, dissolve the waste. There's tablets, there's liquids that you can use. And now I want to take you inside and show you what I'm talking about dropping the tablets in the toilet. All right, so here we are in the bathroom. We've drained the black tank, we've flushed the black tank, so that means there's hardly any water in the black tank now. The black tank is closed. We made sure that it's closed. And now we're going to drop a few tablets. This is what we have found that works best. I mean, the bathroom never has any smell. When the waste comes out and when we're flushing the black tank, it's always just pretty much completely liquid. It really eats away at the waste. So what I do is I just grab a couple of these. Make sure you wash your hands after you do this. I grab 2 of those. You really only need 1, but we always do 2. Drop those in there. Now I'm just barely holding down on the flush pedal, and you can see that they're starting to dissolve already. And I'm just running a little. Now it's pretty much all dissolved. I've got a new filter that I just put in, a new water filter that I put on the line, so I'm getting a little bit of the black, that charcoal that runs through there. So now I'm going to just continue to run some water for about 20 seconds just to help get that mixed up down there into the tank. And there we go. Ready to rock and roll. Till next time.